All right, well, Phil, it's fight week, so first of all, tell us how the weight cut's going for you at the moment.
Yeah, it's spot on. I could probably make weight today, so yeah, everything's exactly to plan for my weight. No trouble at all.
You feel like Superman?
Yeah, that's why I got the hat.
Oh, let's just go back a little bit. Obviously, you're coming off a loss. They're going to go your way in Manchester. Have you done anything different in your camp in preparation for this fight compared to the last one?
Basically, I didn't get a chance to put my game plan together with my last fight. A bit of a slow start and it cost me the fight. So this time we've been working my game plan and just put my game plan into action sooner rather than later this time.
Okay, and obviously you brought in Davey Grant in camp for this occasion. Can you tell us why you decided to bring in Davey and train with him in this camp?
Davey fought one of our guys a few years ago on a smaller show, and we knew he was a great guy. He's got in the UFC. We're both fighting the same date, only one weight apart. Just makes sense to train together and get both these the best out of each other. And like I say, because we're fighting on the same date, it just makes sense.
Has that made it easier that you've got someone to go through the weight cut process with and the whole media for the event?
I mean, I've got a lot of guys at our gym all training and for fights around the same sort of time. The gym's full of guys always fighting. So, I mean, having David down is great, but like I say, we've got a lot of guys doing the same thing anyway. Yeah.
And can you just talk about, as an Englishman, what it's going to feel like for you to obviously be fighting in the O2 Arena, which is the most prestigious kind of arena to fight in the UK?
Yeah, I mean, I've done a few now, like Wembley, but fighting at the O2 is going to be even bigger again. So, and I'm the first fight on, so that's going to be like, for me, it's perfect because I know exactly what time I'm on, and it's just opening the show at the O2 is quite a big thing. So yeah, it's going to be exciting.
What were your first thoughts when you heard about your next opponent?
Yeah, it's a good fight for me. I think I'm happy. I was happy with the opponent. Yeah, and also he's beat the guy I just lost to, so it sort of beat this guy. It helps with that loss sort of thing. So yeah, this is a fight I pretty much wanted.
How do you think your stance in the matchup on Saturday?
Yeah, stylistically, if you went back 10 years, you could say maybe karate guy versus a judo guy or striker grappler. But nowadays, by the time you get to UFC, you're not one-dimensional. So style-wise, it's just going to be it's going to be even as such sort of thing.
And how do you see the fight panning out on Saturday?
I can see me getting a sub maybe in the second or third round, but I mean I'll take a knockout as well.
And have you got a lot of support coming down to see you? Yeah,
there's a lot of guys come down from the gym and from Portsmouth and friends. So yeah, it's going to be a good turnout.
You're facing Louis Gaueinot, and you have I think about 3 times as many fights as he has. Do you see experience being a big difference in this fight?
By the time you get to UFC, yeah, fight-wise I've had more experience, but he's probably had amateur fights, wrestling fights, karate fights. So he might not have had as many fights in a cage, but he's probably had just as many or a lot of fights in rings, on mats sort of thing. So by the time you get here, he's obviously going to be just as experienced as me. It's just on record it looks like I'm a lot more experienced. That's what I'd say probably.
So what would you say that your biggest advantage is in this fight?
I'd say my grappling is going to be the part that's going to see me take control in this fight.
And he spent some time with Ultimate Fighter. People got to see how he trains and how he worked during that time. Have you watched his that season with Ultimate Fighter?
I'll see it when it come out, because it is Team Bisping, which is obviously another English guy, and he was Bisping's first pick, so it'd be good to beat him. And he beat Paul McVeigh, who I fought before as well. So that's another guy he's beaten I've lost to. So beating Lewis is quite a big deal for me. Yeah.
And he sometimes has a bit of style that leaves himself open for attack, a bit more of a crowd-friendly style. If that presents itself, do you see yourself going for a quick finish, or do you want to maybe get into a brawl for the hometown crowd?
I'll be looking to finish from the word go. If there's a finish there, I'll be taking it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I guess that's the right mentality to go. And I just have to ask as well. First fight out, you were the first fight out in the UFC on Fuel 7. You won that fight. Now your first fight out again, and under sort of similar circumstances, coming from a loss. Do you see any superstitious things? Do you think about sort of these things, fighting first, certain circumstances lining up?
Not. I don't look into it like superstitious, but I just look into it. I'm happy that I'm first fight out. I'm really pleased that I'm opening the show. It's London. I've always performed well in London. So all them things, although I'm not superstitious or nothing, it's nice to have them feelings rather than, oh, last time I lost in London. No, like I'm thinking last time I won in London. So it's just good feelings, good vibes. So yeah, that always helps.
We saw you downstairs. I saw you downstairs actually, and obviously you're very cordial with Louis. Does that make it a little bit harder or easier in terms of when you've got maybe a personal beef with a fighter, or if it's kind of easier to fight them and get motivated to fight them?
For me, not really. It's the same motivation. I've fought like over 30 times now. Some people talk a little bit more, maybe on Twitter or whatever. But for me, it's business. Whoever I fight I'm in there to do the fight, and if they want to talk or whatever and make a bit more of a thing of it, that's okay for me. But yeah, I just see it as another day at the office almost.
Have you had anyone maybe imitate his hairstyle in the gym at all, with maybe some green dye or something?
No, not yet. No.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time. Much appreciated.
Cheers. Thanks.